I'd now like to introduce our student athlete speaker, Olivia Batista. And I refer you to your program for more complete bios for both Olivia as well as our special guest, Susan Waldman. She's a team captain on the women's lacrosse team. And Olivia hails from Massapequa, New York. Her parents are right here with her today. And she's on the Harper College Dean's List. And she's a recipient, as you could see from the video, of one of the BBAA Women's Athletic Scholarships. I think you're going to enjoy hearing from Olivia. Come on up.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak with you all today. I've been lucky enough to have attended the Women's Luncheon for the last 4, going on 5 years now. I've had the opportunity to sit with many great supporters and to have listened to so many wonderful student-athlete speakers over those 4 years. To now be the student-athlete speaker that gets to speak with you all today is a very wholesome experience for me, so thank you very much for having me. For as long as I can remember, sports have been the center of my universe. As I approach graduation in May, I realized that that focus will be shifting for the first time in 22 years. Looking back on those 22 years, as I reminisce on my experiences, I can't help but think of the little girl who started playing sports when she was 4. That little girl has had so many experiences that are because of sports and who have shaped her into who she is today. When I think of what I'd like to say to that little girl, I felt writing a letter to my younger self was the best way to express how much sports have impacted my life. Dear Olivia, when you're 4 years old, you'll wake up Christmas morning and open a brand new baseball glove. You'll swear it's the greatest gift you've ever received. You'll be in shock at how Santa must have known you'd always wanted one. From that day on, you'll want to play catch every chance you get. You'll eventually go on to play baseball with all the boys, but trust me, you won't stop there. This will not be the only sport you go on to pick up. You'll go on to play soccer, karate, softball, basketball, and volleyball before you meet the love of your life, lacrosse. You don't know it yet, but picking up a lacrosse stick will be one of the best things you'll ever do. You'll have a ton of fun playing the sport. You'll crave the competition, thrive in the hustle, and love the grit. You'll meet some amazing people and spend your weekends traveling up and down the East Coast, experiencing things that will shape you into who you're going to be one day. Some of your happiest and proudest moments will be seen on the lacrosse field. It will become a place of peace to you. When mom and dad get divorced, it will be your place to temporarily escape the very hectic and changing environment that surrounds you. When you have a bad day, it will be your first place you go to take your frustrations out. And when you're sad, there'll be no scene more comforting than a bucket of lacrosse balls and an open lacrosse cage. Playing lacrosse won't just be something you do, it will become who you are, a student athlete. In February of 2014, when you're a junior in high school, the Binghamton University women's lacrosse coach, Coach Allen, will offer you a spot on their Division I women's lacrosse team. Spoiler alert, you're going to accept it, grinning from ear to ear, knowing that all your blood, sweat, and tears have finally paid off. You'll challenge yourself both athletically and academically at one of the most prestigious universities in the Northeast. Your major is going to change many times, but come your 5th year, you'll have eventually figured out that you're going to follow in your mother's footsteps and become a pediatric nurse practitioner. Being a student athlete at Binghamton, very early on, you're going to realize things like time management, exploring beyond your comfort zone, both on the field and in the classroom, and the importance of communication. You'll be part of many teams throughout your life, but none quite like this one. This group of women that you spend hours and hours a day with will become like sisters to you. They'll be with you when you're at your best, but most importantly, they'll stick with you when you're at your worst. They'll make 6 a.m. practices seem less early, 9-hour bus rides fly by, and fitness testing just a little less painful. Cherish your time with them. You'll get knocked down a bunch of times, and when I say a bunch of times, I mean a bunch of times. But don't worry, you'll always get back up stronger than you were before. In July of 2017, going into your junior year, you'll have MPFL reconstructive knee surgery. This will be one of the hardest times that you get knocked down. You'll be absolutely devastated. A 15-month-long recovery process awaits before you're able to play in a lacrosse game again. Some of the most important lessons you will learn about being a student athlete will occur during these 15 months. These are the 3 most important lessons you're going to learn. First, strength. You're going to learn that one of your biggest weaknesses is going to become one of your strengths, being able to ask for help. Getting through this process will take a toll on you mentally. At times, you're going to feel frustrated, sad, lost, and defeated. Know that you're not going through this alone. When you need help, be sure to ask for it. Your physical strength is going to be tested like never before when you have to rebuild the muscles in your leg and teach yourself how to walk again. After all, you have to learn to walk before you can run. Be patient. It's not going to be easy, but like you have done time and time again, you're going to come out physically and mentally stronger than ever. Next, there's perseverance. You'll come to realize that the biggest successes come in small ways and that even baby steps are still steps in the right direction. This will be key in remembering when you come so far in your recovery just to tear your hamstring right before returning to the lacrosse field. You're going to need to take many steps backwards before you're able to move forwards with your progress again. This is going to frustrate you to the point that you want to quit, but you won't. You're going to start from square one, take those baby steps, and slowly but surely make your way back onto the lacrosse field. You have wanted this your whole life, and you won't let anything get in the way of that. No matter how hard it seems at times, please don't forget this. Last, but definitely not least, leadership. You'll take on a different kind of leadership role, one that won't involve scoring goals or even running the fastest, but one that will involve cheering your teammates on from the sideline, leading by example, and genuinely hearing what your teammates have to say. You'll be able to witness the game from a different point of view that you're not familiar with before. With that, you will be able to offer your teammates insight on the game that not everybody gets to see. Part of what you're going to learn about leadership is not necessarily doing what's popular, but doing what's right. At the end of those long 15 months, you're going to return to the lacrosse field. You're going to have learned so much about who you are as a person and what you're capable of during that time that you'll be ready to take on whatever comes your way next. Your journey through life as a student athlete has taught you invaluable lessons. However, none of that would have been possible without the help of the amazing people in your life on the way. Don't forget, you would be no one and then have made it nowhere without Mom. Give her the world's biggest hug and understand that she gave you the world and more growing up. And if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be you. She's demonstrated what true strength and perseverance look like on a day-to-day basis since the day you were born. She will be the exact role model you hope to be one day. Sports medicine and your athletic trainer, Kara, will be the ones to help you get back on the field. You're going to be spending more time with them and her during your recovery than anybody else. Make sure you stay on her good side, and make sure she knows how much you appreciate her. Nadine Mastrolio is going to become one of your mentors. You're going to look up to her and learn more about leadership each time you spend with her. Thank you won't do justice to just how grateful you really are for everything she does for you. And to Coach Allen, thank her for taking a chance on 15-year-old you and giving you the chance to fulfill your dreams. I'm not too sure what the future holds for you yet, but one thing I'm sure of is that being a student athlete at Binghamton will provide you with the platform to go on and experience things never imagined. So go out and do it. I'll be cheering you on. Love, a little bit older, you. Thank you again for the opportunity to share a small part of what being a student athlete at Binghamton has meant to me.